Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be a tier list, as you can tell, so tiermaker.com. Excellent. It's time for me to introduce the new meta update for hero voice lines. So today's tier list is all about the hero voice lines. It has nothing to do with how good the hero is in the current meta. It has nothing to do with this patch, the previous patch, or the next patch. This has nothing to do with anything, actually. This is just my objective opinion, objective fact about the tier list, about how good each individual hero's voice lines are. So, without further ado, Alchemist. Alchemist. I'm gonna say B tier. Now, to be clear, this list is about specifically all the voice lines of the heroes. So this isn't just the spammable alt chats, although that will be coming later. This is specifically all the voice lines of all the heroes. So Alchemist is one of those heroes that's like, I remember there's a couple of good ones. Better living through alchemy. That's a good voice line, right? But it's like not amazing. So I feel like the most average. No, I think he's a bit above average. He's definitely B tier, I'll say. Definitely a B tier voice lines hero. But yeah, it's a good place to start. It's better than a lot that's coming soon. Actually, I have strong opinions on some of them. I'll get to that one when I get to that one. One of them really disappoints me. Anyways, Axe. Axe is A tier. Lots of puns. Lots of interesting ways. Like, for a hero as stupid as Axe is, no offense if that's your favorite hero, I'm just saying, like, the whole concept of Axe is big brawny guy, doesn't think much, but axes a lot, let's say. And I think they do that well. I think they do that well enough to be A tier. I don't think they do that exceptionally well. The exceptional ones, no, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's gonna be a lot of S tiers. But I think there's gonna be a decent amount of A tier. I think a lot of the heroes are done well. This is one of these things where I think that there will be more heroes on the higher tiers than the lower tiers, because in general I feel like Valve does a good job with the voice lines. Even though if you think about it, most of them are like 10 plus years old. The voice lines, it's a bit crazy that they still hold up until this point. You know? So yeah, so Axe is one of them that honestly they did a good job with. The concept is very simple, and yet the voice lines, like, Axe has no time for all this jibber jabber. This makes no sense, but it also makes a lot of sense for Axe, because, you know, no big word, no Axe boy, you know? He doesn't know. Anyways, moving on. Bristleback. I mean, I like the accent he has. It's like an Australian accent, I think. Oceanian accent, I should say. Down under. Yeah, I mean, the accent is nice, and what I like about Bristleback is the back and forth he has with some heroes. I'm tempted to put him A. I think, let's say, low A or high B. Something like that. I think I can change this. It depends on how crowded it gets, basically. If it gets too crowded in A, and I realize, nah, you know what, he's not that good, then I'll move him around. This is dynamic as we go. This isn't set in stone. Yeah, I mean, he's got some good voice lines. He's not that bad. Bristleback. I mean, the most notable thing I remember of him is when he spawns and he yells "Bristleback" with like goo in his mouth, which again, it makes sense. Nasal goo. That's like his ability. It's one of his things. But at the same time, nothing really stands out. It's not like even Axe is more special in my opinion, voice lines wise. So we'll get back to this one, I think. Centaur. I think okay. Centaur is A tier specifically for his in the bag line. Who said anything about a saddlebag? It's so silly. It's like it's similar to Axe. It's similar to Axe in the sense that it's silly. Big brawny guy, not very smart. But I think Axe has done better. I think Axe is a bit of a favorite for Valve. Then again, Centaur. One of the most historically broken heroes. That's not the point of the video though. Chaos Knight. Chaos Knight is cool. CK is a cool hero. Armageddon is here. I hate Armageddon. Yeah, it's a pretty good voice lines. Yeah, I like him. I like his voice lines. Now, the only reason I wouldn't put him S tier is because I don't like CK as a hero. So, I'm showing my bias already, right? I don't like CK as a hero in general, so I don't play him often. But when I do play him, I do enjoy the voice lines. Like, my favorite thing about the hero is the voice lines, which is usually a bad thing for a hero. You know? Like, it's supposed to be a gameplay first game, not the voice lines. Yeah. But higher than Centaur, I think. I think CK maybe even higher than Axe. Actually, I'm gonna say higher than Axe. Better voice lines than Axe. Dawnbreaker. She's alright. She's alright. She's good. She's got some nice voice lines. Could you not make yourself any better? Even at a fraction of my best, I outshine you immeasurably. Yeah. I don't like that. It's a bit cringe. It's a bit anime protagonist. It's just not, like, it's not amazing. It's not horrible, though. Like, we'll get to the horribles. This is not horrible. This is good. It's decent. Doom is another A tier. I feel like there's too many heroes in A tier, but these are genuinely, like, good. See, now that I'm thinking about it, like, Bristleback looks very mid compared to these guys. I knew this was gonna change, honestly. I mean, Bristleback is mid compared to Doom, you know? Like when he... like when he uses his ultimate, which is called Doom, and he's Doom, he says Doom. It's like... That's pretty funny. Doom has some good voice lines. Dragon Knight. Subpar. In general, I think Dragon Knight... I don't think this is a hot take, but I think Dragon Knight is one of those heroes where you're like, I'll take it or leave it. You know, like, if we lost Dragon Knight tomorrow, I think like 3 guys would be sad. Like 3 people would be like, oh no. Then everyone else would be like, wait, what? Who? Oh, okay. Like, even though he was in the meta for like a year and a half, I don't think anyone, and I mean anyone, enjoyed that patch. No one was like, oh yes, finally Dragon Knight is in. Let's have fun by having 1 million armor and doing 5 damage. That's not very fun. But we're not talking about meta. I'm just saying, like, the problem with Dragon Knight is that it's the safest hero design they have, which makes it like average in everything, which in my opinion makes it below average in everything, because you can't in Dota, the whole concept of the game is based around that there's all these exceptional beings from all around the universe, the galaxies, or multiverse even, some would say. And then there's a guy who transforms into a dragon, but he's usually a knight. Like, that's, like, whatever. Anyways, his voice lines are, like, whatever. Like, I don't even remember any of his voice lines. That's usually a bad thing, I think. Right. Earth Spirit... Perfect location. Yeah, B tier. It's good. Mostly good, I think. Now, again, Earth Spirit is one of those heroes that I may have 1 or 2 games on. But I know he has some good voice lines. But are they in general good voice lines? Maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it's especially cool. In general, the Spirit Brothers have good voice lines, though, I would say. I mean, Storm Spirit, we can all think about that one. That's, like, off the top of our heads. It's a hero with good voice lines. Ember is, like, this cool, like, ancient Chinese monk who's, like, Kung Fu or whatever, you know? Like, it's a pretty good concept as well. Earth Spirit doesn't really stand out to me, especially. But it is decent, for sure. So we're definitely finishing off the strength heroes first. So it is alphabetical, but it's per category as well. So good to know. Earthshaker, no one can argue, I think. I think all of us agree that it's going to be our first S tier. I mean, shake and tremble. You know, like, that alone is S tier. Echo Slam. That's S tier material all the way. There's a reason he's the most popular TI hero. First of all, it's the Echo Slam, Fisher, the team fight, you know. All of these stand out as abilities and reasons for him to be likable. Obviously, you know, he does the drum thing in the crowd. That's also very cool. But I would say, honestly, one of the most important reasons for why the Shaker is top tier is because of his voice lines. I think it's super well done, very well acted, fits the hero perfectly. The voice is amazing for the hero. Honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. This might be the best voice lines to hero concept combination. Elder Titan. Elder Titan has some cool voice lines and very cool distortion to the voice. I would say high B tier, actually. I think it's better than Alki and the Brisel. Elder Titan has some good voice lines, for sure, 100%. Cool hero concept, for sure. The voice lines work with the hero. I'm happy with high B. Maybe I'll put him in low A later, but I'm happy with this right now. Huskar is boring as fuck. Excuse my French. Huskar is very boring, voice lines wise. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dragon Knight. Like, he's the ultimate sacrifice, you know, like, yeah, then what? Tell me something interesting, maybe. Like, this is an example of a strength hero who is supposed to be dumb, like warrior, strength, tank, low int, you know? This is like what I was talking about Axe earlier, like Axe versus Huskar, voice lines wise. They are the same, they're the opposite sides of the same spectrum, basically. He's the dumb guy who's like brawny and doesn't, like, you know, like he's unkillable, but he's also unfathomable, you know? This is that example done well. Huskar is the opposite. It's that example done not so well. The problem with him is his voice lines make him seem dumber. I don't even think he's a dumbass. I just think that the voice lines are done so bad that he seems dumber than he is, which you know, unfortunate. Luckily, they fixed that by removing mana for him completely, so now he's a complete dumbass. So I guess, you know, I guess it S tier because it hits the mark on the concept. No, yeah, Kunkka is an A tier. I would say high A tier. Admiral Kunkka. He's not a pirate, guys. Remember that. Yeah, no, Kunkka's got very good voice lines. Yeah, I'm trying to remember which voice line stands out the most. The problem is all of his voice lines are so good that I'm just mixing and matching his voice lines in my head while I'm trying to say one of them. So I've said like 5 voice lines in my head for Kunkka right now while I'm trying to give an example, which just goes to show how good the voice lines are, the voice acting for this hero is, how much they paid attention to the design relative to his voice lines. Good stuff. I like Kunkka. Kunkka is good. Please never bring back the water park though. Other than that, decent hero. Good design. Legion Commander. I'm really tempted to put her C. High C though. But I feel like it's a bit unfair because it's not as bad as DK. It feels unfair. It's not as bad as Huskar or Dragon Knight. She's definitely brawny strength hero with strategy. You know, she's a commander. It's Legion Commander, you know? Yeah, but she's cringe though. We have to go see. So there's different types of cringe relative to voice lines. There's the cringe ones that are like funny and supposed to be cringe. And then there's the cringe ones that it's supposed to be cool but just turns out very bad. And I think Legion is in this category. More often than cringe but funny. More often than cool. Like, I think the only thing that stands out for me from Legion is if we cannot outfight them, we can outsmart them. But then she also says if we cannot outsmart them, we will outfight them. So both of them exist, which I think is a very cool concept for a voice line. So it's basically, I don't know what triggers the voice line. Obviously it's upon death, right? But is it because if you die to an int hero, then you will outfight them? And then if you die to a strength hero, you will outsmart them? Is that how it works? Did you die to a right click or did you die to a spell? I genuinely don't know. But the fact that both of them exist, both versions of that voice line exist, I think is pretty cool. Other than that, there is nothing whatsoever that stands out about Legion. Which, actually, I should probably mention now, I'm talking about the hero's base form. I'm not talking about any arcanas, any personas. This is just the base form of the heroes. It's a good thing I mentioned it now before we go deeper into the tier list. Maybe I should have mentioned it in the beginning. Either way, if you made it this far, you will have more context as to what's happening here. So, congratulations, you've made it this far. Here you go, here's a cookie. Right, Nyx, Lifestealer. So, as a carry player, this hero is the bane of my existence because he's probably the most boring hero to play. So whenever there's a Nyx patch, I'm just gonna be not playing Dota. The thing about Nyx is he has good voice lines, unfortunately. This pleases the master. Like, the concept to voice line ratio is very well balanced on this hero. Like, I think this is good. Nyx Lifestealer voice lines are good. They're not amazing. I don't think there's anything amazing about him, but I think this wasn't meant to be amazing. I mean, look at him. He's a handsome little guy, right? I don't think it's supposed to be amazing, and it's not. But it's still very good. It's not like a deterrent. I think they did well with voice lines and the hero concept. Mars. This is our second S tier. I think this is okay. Remember when I said earlier that Shaker is probably the best? I take it back. Mars the Impaler, man. Like, it just comes with the name, right? That's already cool enough. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. Legion. Remember when I was saying Legion Commander is like a hero that's like cringe? It's supposed to be like cool and like commander and like the strength guy, right? Well, that's what Mars is. Legion is what Mars Mars is what Legion Commander is trying to be. Mars is like the god of war, and he's like he's going against what his father, who is in the game, is and represents, right? Like, it's all of it is cool. The hero concept alone is super cool, and the voice lines complement him perfectly, I think. Mars is the most Amar hero, ATF. And I think so that works already. I think that boosts the value of the voice lines of the hero. And then this is Dota. What is there not to love about Mars? Mars is excellent. Very good voice acting. Concept to hero ratio is, I would say, this is the ideal. This is the perfect ratio. Mars, you know, excellent hero. Night Stalker. Maybe high B. Maybe low A, maybe high B. Like, yeah, okay. I don't think there's anything extremely special about the Stalker. Other than him saying Daywalker, Night Stalker. Which is very creepy, but I think it's a... Like, given the context of the hero, that's a cool voice line. Your nightmare continues. Is that him? I think so. When he uses his ult. Anyways, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's amazing, though. I don't think it's great. I think it needs to be great to be an A tier. Which is making me question the Centaur, actually. Doom, Centaur. You know, I'm happy with these. Centaur, maybe I'll drop down, but we'll get back to it. Ogre Magi, good. I don't know. This is cringe funny. This is the example of cringe funny. It's trying to be something, but it turns out cringe, but it's funny. It's entertaining. I enjoy the Ogre Magi, Ogre Magi voice lines. I think it's good. I think it's a good example of something. It's like the opposite of Legion. This is good. Omni Knight, cringe. There's no D tiers yet, but I know it's coming. I know there's a D tier. There's at least one D tier. This is our C tier Omni Knight. The Omniscience. I guess his taunt is good for one specific reason. It leans into the fact that he's like this cringe old 80s guy that you see on TV shows, but it's not like the cool ones. It's the cringe ones. So it does that well, but that's the taunt, and we're not ranking taunts, we're ranking voice lines. Yeah, voice lines are fine. Honestly, I don't even know if they are fine. This might be our first D tier. I'll get back to that one. I mean, compared to the thing I have in mind for D tier, which is the reason I'm making the video, he's fine, he's okay. Primal Beast. So here's the thing about Primal Beast. Okay, this might be my first hot take. I don't think anything is controversial so far, right? Mars being S, I think is not controversial. Shaker S. I mean, some would argue Shaker is A tier, but then with the Arcana he becomes S. But again, this has nothing to do with the Arcanas or Personas. Okay, hot take, Primal Beast is A tier. And we may as well go... So there's a bunch of these, right? There's Primal Beast, there's Marcy, there's Io, and there is the Phoenix. These are the 4 heroes that don't have voice lines, but technically do. So this guy is a big grumbly guy. He grumbles. Perfect. So the reason this is A tier for me is because well, it's a monster thing that doesn't speak English or any language for that matter. So of course, grumbling. And it works for it. It works for it. It's the correct tone. This is weird. We're getting a bit tactical here, right? It's the correct tone. It's the correct, let's say, flavor for whatever this is. Like, this is exactly what this would sound like, which makes it good. That's all I have to say. Pudge, is it S? I mean, it would be a shame not to put Pudge on S tier. I think it's very well done. I don't think it's the best. This might be high A. Is Pudge better than CK? Yes. You'd look good with an apple in your mouth. Chinchopa, Chinchopa. Yeah, that's S tier. It's not an S tier that's like... It's not the best S tier. I think Shaker and Mars are both better. And I also can think of at least one more example that's better than Pudge. But it's definitely better than these guys. It's better than Kunkka. It's better than Axe, better than Doom. I'm happy with S tier Pudge. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Slardar, boring. Get it out of my face. Also, why is it the old Slardar logo? Whatever. Boring. Like... Basically, this reminds me of Naga Siren. But I think Naga Siren's voice lines are done better than Slardar's. You know, given that the fact that they're both like fish creatures. So it's like... I don't like Slardar's voice lines. I don't think it's worse than Omni Knight or Huskar. It's like somewhere here. Like on par with the Dragon Knight. It's just like whatever. And I appreciate these guys. Because without these guys we wouldn't appreciate the value of these A tier guys and S tier guys. So thanks C tier shit voice line heroes. Spirit Breaker. Is it high B or low S? Is my question. I mean, he moves when he's charging. That's pretty good. No, it's an A tier. It's an A tier for sure. Might be better than Primal and Ogre. No, A tier, A tier. What am I saying? The problem with with Spirit Breaker, is that I can't really remember his voice lines, even though I actually play this hero quite often when I'm playing position 4, sometimes that's 3 as well. So, what's the fracas? That's one of the phrases that I say the most, actually. It's very recognizable. I'm gonna bump him up somewhere here. So that voice line alone gives him a lot of credit in my brain, in my mind. But, yeah, in general, yeah, it's not most of his... So this is a case of high highs and low lows, Spirit Breaker. His good voice lines are good, but his bad voice lines I don't even remember. Which makes me think that, you know, A tier is fine. Maybe lower. Let's go somewhere here. That's fine. Sven, D tier. I just don't like the hero. This is the most biased opinion that I have. He doesn't stand out to me in any way. I think this is probably the worst hero design in the game, but we'll get back to that later. Tidehunter. See, Tidehunter and Kunkka I would put together because they're very complementary, and part of what makes their voice lines so good is the relationship they have with each other. There's no Kunkka without Tide, there's no Tide without Kunk. That was bad. I think they're both very good. I could eat a whalefish or some shit, I don't know. Yeah, but it's good voice lines when he levels up. That's good. Tiny, coming in. Is it S tier? I just really like the hero concept in general. Look out for falling rocks. Yeah, it's A tier. It's not S. It's here. It's better than Axe for sure. Is it better than Kunkka Tidehunter? I don't think so. See, now I'm starting to think CK might be lower. No, CK is good. CK is good. But Tiny has very good voice lines. I would say the issue with him is he doesn't have any amazing voice lines. For example, Spirit Breaker, what's the fracas, right? You can already think of that. That's like already a good thing for him that stands out. For Tiny, it's like Time to Rubble, you know? Rock'em Sock'em, that's a good one, but they're not amazing. They're not like, haha, Razor voice lines. We'll get back to Razor eventually. Razor is like... Anyways, Trin's Protector. Better than Legion for sure. Is it better than Earth Spirit? I don't think so, no. I mean, this is what happens when he runs. Or when he rushes, I don't know. That's like the only voice line I know. It's good. It's decent, I think. It's not amazing though. Tusk. Is Tusk better than Pudge or as good? Yes. And therefore Tusk is S tier. Tusk has some amazing voice lines. I think the best thing about Tusk's voice lines is the accent. I like this like Norwegian, Scandinavian, northern accent. It's funny, like it works very well with the hero concept. He comes from the north, and then he actually comes from the north. You know what I mean? Like he comes from the north in the game, and then he actually comes from the north in real life. In terms of voice acting, I like that. It's a good combo, and he has got good voice lines. Yeah. Also his rivalry with the Bristleback, it's also good. Shouldn't that bump Bristleback, you may ask? No, because it's not as cool as the Tidehunter Kunkka thing. Tidehunter Kunkka is very like, their stories are intertwined. Their stories are basically the same story told from two different perspectives, basically. Whereas Tusk was just passing by and he beat the shit out of Bristleback, and Bristleback has been chasing him his entire life. Like, that's just a rom-com if you think about it. So yeah, Tusk is definitely way better than Bristle. Underlord, boring. Better than Legion, but still boring. Yeah. Undying has some good voice lines. A tier. It's like, yeah, I don't know. He's definitely A tier. Maybe better than Axe, better than Tiny. The Dirge continues. Good voice lines. So here's the thing about Undying. The thing that boosts Undying's voice lines to me is the core concept of the hero relative to the voice lines. Like half of him is him moaning, but he's Undying. That's literally his name. He's a zombie, and he does being a zombie super well. This is probably the best zombie I've ever seen. Also, look how the horn connects with axe. This is Pauldron. This looks like an axe. Anyways, yeah, I think Undying is one of the best zombies in anything. Honestly, super well done. The voice lines complement that super well. But it's not amazing. Nothing stands out. But all of his voice lines are above average. That's my argument for... Like, that's what makes him different than Tiny or Bara, Spirit Breaker, you know. Nothing really stands out, but it's like, all very good. Wraith King. Wraith King. Wraith King reminds me of Legion Commander, with the cringe. But the difference between him and her is that he's Wraith King, whereas she's Legion Commander. So, like, being a king, you can excuse him maybe for being this arrogant. Right. Just so I don't get called a misogynist, I'm gonna do this. It's not about, you know... Here, we can do this as well. Nah, okay, I can't. Legion is just so bad. It's like, it's not, you know? It's basically the male counterpart of Legion with a bit more flavor, essentially. Because he's literally undead, which gives him a bit more... You know, Wraiths, your king is here. Like, that's a decent voice line. It's not amazing. Yeah, there's nothing amazing about base Wraith King. I think Skeleton King is much better. Anti-Mage. Oof. Anti-Mage is a hard one. I think he has like one very, very good voice line, and then everything else sucks. I think we're gonna go with D tier. Yeah, no, I don't like the way that he speaks Shakespearean. Like, what is this, man? We'll get to an example later of Anti-Mage done correctly. Anti-Mage is not done correctly, it's very bad. Magina. Arc Warden. Zet. Very good voice lines. The Self. This might be top of A. The Self moves. Let's put him here. Is he better than Axe? I think he is, yeah. Voice lines are good on Zet. Not a lot of people play Arc Warden, but if you've played a bit of Arc Warden, you're like, yeah, I enjoy listening to this hero talk. Like, sometimes I'd pick him just to hear the voice lines. Fun hero to play, good concept. The concept of Zet is super good. Oh, this guy's here. The concept of, yeah, the Arc Warden is super good. The voice lines do that concept justice, I would say. Enough. Bloodseeker. This is one of those where if you put him in low A or even high A, I wouldn't argue with you. For me personally, I put him high B. Because B positive. I don't think I have anything else to say here. Bounty Hunter. Tagged and bagged. Yeah, it's not bad. I think low A is good for Gundar. That's his name, right? Gundar the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, I mean, he's good. Good voice lines. You'd say he's a bounty hunter if you listen to him talking, basically. Or at least a hunter, which is half of his name. Maybe that makes him high B. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Clink goes my bones. I'll burn you to ashes. Yeah, it's not exceptional. It's like decent. Maybe worse than Bristleback. Clinks has a good hero concept. I think the voice lines are also good. They're solid. I just don't think they're exceptional. I don't think there's anything that stands out. Other than Clink goes my bones when he's walking. Yeah, I don't think there's anything super special. Drow Ranger is boring. Drow Ranger is like the Agi version of Legion in terms of voice lines. There's not much going on. Quite boring. Yeah, I don't have much more to say, honestly. I just got bored thinking about her voice lines. Ember Spirit. So again, as I said earlier, Ember Spirit, the spirits in general, they have good voice lines. I think even Earth Spirit has some good ones. Now, is Ember better than Doom? Yes. Is Ember better than Axe? No. That's where I draw the line. Because, be wary, be cautious. It's not bad. All action is reaction. That stands in my head a lot. I even say it sometimes by accident. Just as a quote, you know. Anyways. Yeah, it's not, like, it's good, honestly. Like, I'm happy with the Ember Spirit voice lines. Faceless Void. An eternity of embarrassment. The best voice line he has is when he misses Chronosphere. An eternity of embarrassment. Yeah, it's okay. B. Same as Clinks. It's like, it's not exceptional. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Gyrocopter is a high A. Better than Arc? No. Better than Axe? Is he better than Axe actually? No, but Axe is better. Axe is better. Gyrocopter has a very basic hero design. It's like probably the most basic. Is it? It could be. Retired man who flies a gyrocopter. That's it. That's his hero concept. But his voice lines are perfectly that. A retired man who flies a gyrocopter. So, credit where credit is due. They do that very well. Rippers, snappers. You know, like, that's good voice lines. Not bad. Good hero design. Good voice lines. Hoodwink, D. Horrible hero. Juggernaut. Right. This might be where we start drawing some controversies again. That's a high B tier. I don't think Juggernaut has very good voice lines. For context, this is my most played hero. So I know every single Juggernaut voice line by heart. Your Nero here. That's like his best voice line. I mean, yeah, it's fine. I'm okay with B tier. High B though, I'll say. Like, it's definitely better than Night Stalker, better than Bloodseeker, better than ET, definitely better than Void, for sure. Better than Dawnbreaker by miles. I feel like there should be like a tier here between B and C, and Clinks onwards goes in that tier. But it's fine. Maybe I start removing some B and putting them in C, and some C putting them in D. Maybe that's what we're gonna do later, but for now I'm fine with this. I'll optimize it at a later time. Luna is high A. They will find my blade sharp and cruel. It's better than Tiny for sure. Look how they flee before us. It's good. The accent is super nice. And the accent is done well, and the voice lines work with the accent, who also work with the hero design. You would say she's an elf, which is good. Medusa. So I'm drawing the line with Medusa because it's like average. Don't resist the cobra, little bird. Yeah, nothing really stands out for the Doozer. Definitely worse than Void, definitely better than Clink. Goes my bones. Meepo has very good voice lines. Meepo has very good voice lines, yeah. Hey, buddy! It's good. I like Meepo's voice lines better than the Master. Wukong, Monkey King. Monkey King is good. Yeah, Monkey King is bottom A. It's better than Primal Beast, let's be honest. Yeah, but the problem with Monkey King is that if you play too many Monkey King games, you kind of get bored of his voice lines. That's the issue with them. There's nothing special about them, but they're good. Like, they're all above average. All of his voice lines are good. There's no voice line that I'm like, gotta stop. Morpheus, Morphling. It's gotta be an A tier hero. Is it better than Ember? H2 owned. You're in over your head. That's good voice lines, yeah. And okay, here's the thing. Again, controversy territory. Here's the thing about Morphling. Morphling has all of his alt chats and all of your alt chats. So Morphling is the most amorphous voice liner in the game. Does that make him S tier? No, because there's some very shit voice lines. It makes him A tier. Because if he's playing against Anti-Mage, which he often is these days, then he's got, what, 6 DT. If you're Grandmaster Morph, you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 or 7 shit voice lines, all chats. So yeah, we'll go with A. Naga Siren. You're in deep now. Is it better than Meepo? No. Better than Nikes? Yes. This is where Naga is. Remember what I was saying earlier about Slardar? Slardar is like fishy guy in the water. Water. Yeah, Naga is fishy gal in the water that is done correctly. A sour note. That's one of her voice lines. You can tell she's a siren, whereas Slardar is just something. Like, for all we know, if you tell someone who's never played Dota in his entire life that Primal Beast is Slardar, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. The voice lines match that description. Or if Centaur was Slardar, or if Nyx was Slardar. He doesn't have an identity. Like, who is Slardar, actually? No one knows. Like, Underlord can be Slardar. They have the same face. Who gives a shit, right? We can tell them Earth Spirit is Slardar, and they'll be like, yeah, you know what, I believe you. You can tell them Pudge is Slardar, and they would believe you. Whereas on the other note, nice one. On the other hand, Naga Siren, you can tell that that's Naga Siren. Like, you can't give Naga Siren's voice to Legion and she can pull it off. You can't. It just doesn't make sense. Phantom Assassin, S tier. In my head I was gonna put her A tier, but she's an immaterial girl, so. Oh, okay. Hold on. No, she's S tier. She's S tier. I mean, the French accent makes it so much better, for sure, 100%. But she's already pretty good as is. Like, she's an immaterial girl. She feels blurry. You know, like there's a bunch of good voice lines. Assassination is nature's way. Like, this is how you do almost cringe. Because she is very close to being cringe. But she isn't. Phantom Lancer, S tier. Numbers have accomplished what strategy alone could not. The thing about Phantom Lancer, the thing that gives him the most points is that he's my favorite hero. That's number one. This is completely biased. This pick is completely biased. And you can tell that I'm not often biased because Juggernaut is my most played hero and my second favorite hero, and he's here, right? But the Phantom Lancer, I think, concept to hero voice lines wise it's like right on the dot. For an edgy hero, when you have a concept, like he says we on everything. We are but a simple servant. We outnumbered you. We outnumber the numbers have accomplished, you know? And then the best one, like two of his voice lines are my favorite voice lines of anything, which is for home, for peace. This is when you spawn into the game. There's a chance he says that. And then there's also from one an army. Like the way he says it, from one an army. It's so good. It's just, oh, it's music. R.I.P. guy who voiced him. Wish he's still here. Another S tier, Razor. You can run. You should run. That alone puts him S tier. I don't think there's a lot of argument here for Razor. I think Razor might be one of the best voice lines heroes in the game. I don't know if I'm gonna rank them in order. I don't think Pudge is as good as these guys, as all of these guys. Yeah, okay, I'll put them in order. I think Razor is better than these two. Is PL better than PA? It hits the mark more, but I think PA has some better voice lines than PL. I'm sensing a pattern here. The most popular heroes seem to be in the S tier. That's not necessarily true. Juggernaut is here. He's the most. There's Sniper. We'll get to that. I guess I'll reassess in the end. Try to see if there's a pattern. Ricky Maru. Ricky reminds me of Bounty Hunter, but is slightly worse. No, he's worse than Juggernaut. Yeah, he's here. Not worse than Blood, but worse than Juggernaut. Yeah. The thing about Ricky is, now you see me, now you don't, right? Something like that. Like that's kind of his voice lines. Peekaboo. He's got some good ones, but he doesn't have any amazing voice lines. And fair enough. It's very hard for this hero to have good voice lines, I think, for the concept. That's why I don't think it's lower. I think, relative to its concept, I think the voice lines are decent enough. Shadow Friend. S tier, of course. I don't think there's any argument here. I think he's one of the coolest heroes in the game, objectively. I think the fact that he speaks in demon language also gives him bonus damage. Bonus damage? No, that's Necromastery. Gives him bonus points. The Dota demon language, essentially. I think that's pretty cool. In general, I think when heroes speak in other languages, gives them more flavor, more context. It gives you more information about where they come from and their background. SF does that probably the best. Maybe Shadow Demon is a bit better. But Shadow Friend definitely does this well enough. Shadow Fiend. I don't know if I've said it any time correctly. I haven't spawned yet, and you never will. This guy has 0 riz. He's horrible voice lines. Like in my mind, half of his voice lines are Dark Reef Prison. Does he say anything else? He hasn't spawned yet. Sniper Reloaded. Sniper is better than some of these heroes. Sniper is the Agi Axe, I would say, in terms of voice lines. He feels like the same as Axe, but agility. He's like the carry version of Axe in terms of voice lines. Like, dance, ha ha ha, dance. Or the iconic, you will never forget this one. Ho ho, ha ha. Right? Like, that's like one of the most iconic Dota things of all time. He's very iconic in general. Voice lines do him justice. Spectre. Ay, this might be... Well, base Spectre doesn't really have voice lines, right? She speaks backwards. I don't know, I don't play this hero enough. I mean, I'm like silver tier Spectre. She's just boring. Let's just put her in the middle. Clinks is better, let's say. Whatever. Templar Assassin. She's the Drow version. She's the Agi version of Drow, which is funny because they're both Agi. Anyways, that was a silly joke. They're both, I don't know, they're very similar. I think they both suck. I mean, this one is slightly better. Terrorblade S. Okay, I don't know. I didn't even think about it, honestly. I love the hero design so much. No, he is S tier for sure. Maybe even better than PL voice lines. The Hunter team enrages. Your own worst enemy when he uses reflection and you're hitting yourself. And then he goes, why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting? That's a good voice line. Troll Warlord. The problem with Troll is that he's just slightly better than TA. But he is better than TA. Yeah, but the thing about Troll Warlord is that he's supposed to be cringe. And they do that correctly. Maybe that gives him a bit more points. Maybe it's like something here. More death. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. This one I might change. I'm not sure about Troll Warlord specifically. I think it's lower. Is it better than Better Living Through Alchemy? No, it's not. You're right. I'm gonna put him here. Ursa. Fuzzy Wuzzy returns. Yeah, there's not much here. Urson Warrior. The bear who fights. And his name is Fuzzy Wuzzy. Like, the funniest thing about Ursa is that his name is Fuzzy. And his last name is Wuzzy. Viper. Better than these. Viper's not very creative, I think, in terms of voice lines. But I think it's fine for it to not be very creative because we have all of these other creative characters. But it's not as bad as the others, because at least he does the thing where it's a viper, where it's a snake, and then he does the s at the end of the phrases. So, you know, so it's not bad. It's not as bad as these. Weaver has good voice lines. Skitter scatter. You know, it's good stuff. The heat death of the universe, ancient apparition. I don't know. I don't think so. No, yeah, no, this might be lower. This is lower. Is it worse than Omni Knight? No, it's as bad as Legion. Yeah, it's worse than Legion. Yeah. Because he has nothing, he's just empty. Which I get is the point. Which makes him better than Pete Legion. Okay, fine. Crystal Maiden. California Girl. Yeah. CM, I don't know. What does she say? She's so forgettable. Maybe she's B tier. So the thing about, I guess that is the definition of B tier, where nothing stands out, but nothing stands out in both senses. Where it's not very bad, but it's not very good. So I don't remember anything she says, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, because it's a good thing because, well, none of her stuff is bad, but it's a bad thing because none of her stuff are good. So I guess B tier. Death Prophet is good. Des Prophet. Go, my sweet sisters, go! Better than Ember? Yeah, it is better than Ember. Better than Gyro? Ooh, that's a good question. Is she better than Gyrocopter? I think she is, yeah. Come back to me, come back to me. So good. She had good voice lines. I like the DP voice lines for sure. This guy's super cringe, I don't like him. Very cringe voice lines. This might go down to D tier. Or we'll keep him here for now. Enchantress has excellent voice lines. Enchantress, don't be mad. That's a good voice line. Better than Doom, yeah. Better than Ember, no. So this is where Enchantress is. So as predicted, I think there was a lot of there was going to be a lot of A tiers, and so far it's literally the double of its bad counterpart, which I'm pretty happy with. As I said, I think there's a lot of good voice lines in the game. Like even some of these heroes that are in the B tier have some very good voice lines. Perfect location. Grimstroke. Grimstroke is good, but it's not great. So it's like top of B, I would say. The Juggernaut stands ready. Yeah, I'm happier with Grimstroke being a little bit above. I like the way he speaks. Feels like it represents him essentially, but nothing stands out to me when he says words. So this I'm fine with high B. Jakiro. Nothing crazy. I don't think Jakiro's bad. I don't think his voice lines are amazing. I don't think that his voices are bad either. Yeah, I'm happy with him here. Like, I don't have anything wrong to say or bad to say about Jakiro. So I'm okay with him being, like, literally middle of the pack. Kotl, Keeper of the Light. That's some high A. Out of mana. I'm happy with him here. Yeah, definitely better than Gyrocopter. I would say these two are interchangeable. You can put this here and you can put this there. But now they have one face together, so this is fine. Okay. Kotl, he's got some very good voice lines. So one of the problem with him is that he's hitting on every female character in the game, which is obviously not great, but not good points towards him. But also makes sense for his character because he's an old guy, right? So that's the only problem I have with his voice lines. But in general, his voice lines are good. Like, get off my lawn. What's a lawn? That's a good voice line. Makes sense with the hero concept. He's like the concept of one of the 4 forces of the universe or whatever. So, yeah. Good hero. Voice lines. Leshrac. See, here's the thing about Leshrac. High highs, low lows. This guy is cringe as fuck. He can be cringe. But he's got some good two-legged abomination. That's a good voice line. That's a good voice line, yeah. High B. He's better than Grimstroke by a smidgen. Lich, similar as Jakiro. I don't know. For context, Lich is the first ever hero I ever played in Dota 2. Because it's the only one I recognize from Warcraft 3. But after that, I played like 600 games of Juggernaut, so... Yeah. Lina. It's like Crystal Maiden, but better. Better than Bristleback? Bristleback has an accent, Australian accent. Is she better than Bristleback? Maybe? No, not really. She's not got much to say. Not very interesting things to say. Lionize me. Yeah, Lion is good voice lines for sure. I went to hell and back to hell and back. And then they made that his facet, which kind of killed the voice line for me, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's cool that they named it that, but it's also killed that specific voice line. In the sense that what was once I noticed him saying that when he respawned, it became now literally his, like, the thing he's known for. So yeah, I don't like that. It was like a niche reference, and now it's one of the main references in probably the entire game. So definitely hurt Lion's value in my eyes. Is it better than Meepo? Yeah. Better than Doom? Yeah. Better than Ench? No. So this is where Lion is. This is the example of a hero that speaks a different language and does it correctly. No seas todo. This is good. Probably better than these two. Better than this. This is, yeah. Somewhere here. Completely biased, I'll keep PL higher. I love Muerta, but this guy is my guy. My goat. I like the Muerta voice lines. So this is part of the reason I made this video in the first place. When I came up with the idea, it's all these new heroes that are getting new voice lines. Well, they're not new voice lines, they're just new heroes, and therefore they get voice lines, right? And Muerta is one of these heroes. I think she's been out in the game for like 3-4 years ish. I don't really remember. Muerta is a hero that is new, that is done correctly as a concept, number one, as a hero concept. As a gameplay wise, she's been OP for a few patches, she's been shit for a few patches, so even as a balance, she's been done correctly. And as voice lines, super well done. I think it fits the hero perfectly, the concept of the hero. I think it fits her backstory. I think it's good. I think Muerta is good. It's one of these examples that is done correctly of the new heroes. Similar to Mars. Grimstroke, I feel bad about putting here because I think he's good for a new hero. But it's just, these are so much better though. Like, he's got nothing compared to Tiny, you know? Better, like, Weaver's better, you know? So yeah, Muerta is good. Furion. Feed the trees. Better than Juggernaut, yes, I would say. Better than Grimstroke, no. Furion here, Nature's Prophet is good here, I think. Nature's Prophet, the problem with Nature's Prophet is that he's always meta, so you're always hearing him say things. He's always good. He's always picked. So he's always got something to say, and not everything he says is interesting. So we can put him in the not so interesting tier. I'm okay with that. Necrophos. Better than Primal Beast. Better than Monkey King? Yes. Better than Ogre? Yes. Better than Bara? Yes. Centaur? Nyx. Naga? No. Better than Meepo? No. This is where Necro lives. Resides. Necro has some good voice lines. The thing about Necro is that his voice lines match the hero concept super well. To your death, or to your health, or something. He's got good voice lines. The thing is, none of them really stand out that are like, wow, that's a very good voice line. I'm super happy that I've heard this and I say it often. But it's not like, on average, his average is above average, is what I'm saying. That's why he's like on the lower end of A tier. And I'm pretty happy with this. Oracle. Oracle is definitely A tier. Here's a question, where in A tier? Because he wants to die. I don't know if you guys know this, but when he reaches level 30, he knows that you will die in a house fire, and he wants to die. I think it's pretty based. But those are his alt chats, it's not his voice lines. In general, his voice lines, I think, are worse than these. Like high highs, but everything else is average. Better than This Pleases the Master? Yes. Is it better than To Your Health? I don't think so. But I think Oracle is good. Fun voice lines. Fun hero to play voice line simulator on. So I was intending on doing this like in 3 or 4 sessions, but I'm already almost done. So we're just gonna finish it off. May as well. We're in int. There's only universal left. There's like 10 more ints. And then there's unis. Outward Devourer. He treads the line of cringe to cool very closely. If Medusa is the most average hero, where all of her voice lines are not good, but none of them are bad, Outward Devourer is the one where his highs are so high and his lows are so low that it evens out. That is what he is. So I put him above Medusa, but in my eyes, voice lines wise, they are the exact same tier. But it's just OD versus Medusa. In terms of voice lines, I think the concept of the Outward Devourer is cooler than the Gorgon from the Myths, which is not very creative. Puck. Puck has good voice lines. Not amazing voice lines, but it's good. The thing about Puck that makes the voice lines be a bit better is the fact that it's a small nymph. which is small version of a dragon, I guess. Something like that. I read about something about that before. Basically, like, she's basically a little kid of her species, and she talks like she's inquisitive, which is good. That's good voice lines. Now, it's not amazing. I think even Weaver is better. Maybe not. Better than Thing Grumbling, yes. Is it better than Monkey King? It's less boring than Monkey King, yes, but I think Monkey King is better voice lines. Pugna. Pugna is S tier. There's no argument in my mind. My question is it better than PA? Better than TB? I think yes. Yes, better than TB for sure. Better than I'm an Immaterial Girl? Yes. I mean, my guy says, time to earn myself a bad reputation. Like, that alone is better than most voice lines in the game. I think that the thing about Pugna is that the concept to execution is amazing. It's amazing. Like, the concept is already interesting. But the voice lines complement the concept so well. I'm very happy with this hero, and I play this hero quite often on the mid lane. With a very decent 60% win rate. So I've heard his voice lines a lot, and like, honestly, part of the reason I play him so often is because I love his voice lines. Which is different from Razor. I think Razor is just too boring of a hero, so I don't play it. But I do, like, I will admit, again, I try to be as not biased as possible. I don't like Razor at all. I have like 5 games on the hero, but I will credit where credit is due. The Razor hero has amazing voice lines, you know? Super good voice lines. Pugna also. I'm pretty happy with Pugna here, actually. Like, some of these heroes I like more than Pugna, and I put him up here. It's just because the voice lines are so good. It's just so funny. Like, he's a funny little guy, you know. Co-op of Pain. You hurt the ones you love. Meh. Better than Leshrac. Better than Weaver? No. As good as Weaver? No. Akasha. She's okay. She's alright. She's decent. Not amazing voice lines. I mean, her alt chats are the thing that stands out the most about her, and her yelling all the time. The yelling gets annoying after a while. Like, at a certain point, you're like, can we just, like, can you stop yelling? Like, it's 3 in the morning, like, relax. I think the fact that she's been meta for, like, half a year now also doesn't give her any extra points either. Like, if you don't play co-op, you're getting co-opted. Which is not a great feeling. This hero stomps. Rubik, S tier. S tier. So, for context, it's the same voice actor for this guy and this guy. So Rubik and Phantom Lancer, which are the current heroes I'm spamming the most, actually, are the same voice actor who passed away, unfortunately. And he's honestly my favorite voice actor for the game. So that makes me very sad, the fact that even when they get Arcanas, so Rubik already got his, when PL inadvertently gets an Arcana, it's gonna be a different voice actor, and this makes me sad, because I use... This is a bit of a spoiler for my next installment of this video type, but I have the Arcana for Rubik. I use the base voice line. I don't like the Arcana voice line. The base voice line is just, like, so much better. It's eons better. Better than TB, I think. Not as good as PA. Is it not as good as PA? What have I learned from that? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with this. PA is a pretty good voice line. Shadow Demon. Again, he speaks different language. I think it's cool. I think it's here. Yeah. He's a demon, he speaks like a demon. But I don't think it's as cool as Naga Siren. Shadow Demon. The problem with Shadow Demon is that he's such a specialty hero. I would imagine if you were higher rank than I am, you would see him more often, so you'd hear him more often. You might even play him more often. I don't have a lot of exposure on this hero. But I know that he's a cool concept, I know that he's a cool hero in general, and I enjoy his voice lines. And I know a couple that stand out. I just don't know. You know. But I think it's good though. Like, it's over Oracle, and I'm pretty happy with that also. It's not as good as Get Off My Lawn though. You have to admit, like, Kotal voice lines are. Someone else. Shaman has good voice lines, actually. He has some very good voice lines, actually. So, remember when I was saying earlier, again, you know, Ogre Magi, stuff like that. Cringe but funny. This is cringe but funny. I think this is probably the best example of cringe but funny. Actually, the best example of cringe but funny is Pugna. It's the perfect example. Cringe but funny, done correctly, where you forget it's cringe, is Pugna, by definition, in my opinion. Shaman is also done well. It's similar to Meepo. See, now they have one face as well. It's like these guys. Shaman. I'm thinking he might be higher. He is higher. He's, yeah, definitely better than Lion. Lion just went to hell and back. And back to hell, then back. Better than Ember. Better than Morph. Urine over your head. Is he getting off anyone's lawns? No, yeah, I'm okay with this. This is where he's the Shaman man. Get off my lawn! Silencer. Silencer is anti-mage done correctly. Silence, fool. Silencer could have been cringe. Instead, he was a fun guy. Worse than Kotal, better than Gyro. Silencer is good. Silencer has good voice lines that stand out. And it works, obviously. Like, all he has to do for Silencer to not be bad at voice lines is just say silence fool once, and he's done. Like, that's it. He doesn't need to say anything else. That is enough to carry Silencer to B tier. And the fact that everything else isn't bad is what makes him A tier. That is my assessment for the Silencer voice line. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Scarrath Mage. Throughout the ghastly Eerie, I declare, and with utter certainty, that this one is in the bag. Slightly worse than Weaver. A tier. I mean, the accent is good. Gives him flavor, but other than that, he's a bit cringe, actually. He's a bit cringe, but his accent carries him. He's allowed to be cringe, but because you can tell that he's bilingual. That's what gives him the get out of free, wait, what? Get out of jail free card. The accent. Storm Spirit, S tier, S tier, S tier, S tier. Stormy weather time. Better than Pudge. Better than Pudge? Yeah. Better than Muerta? Yes. Better than the Lancer? Yes. Better than TB? No. This is where I draw the line. It's like Storm is very good voice lines. I just don't think they're the best. It's like I know already, like before even remembering what his voice lines are, which is stormy weather time, or it's 5 o'clock somewhere when he bottles a rune. Like, it could have been cringe, but they're done well. They're done super well. The voice acting is good. Voice lines are good. I'm happy with this. Tinker, and it doesn't really stand out. And I would know. I had a phase where I was playing some mid and support. I even played offlane Tinker for a while, so I know his voice lines. There's nothing horrible about them. I remember that he had like a couple of voice lines that stood out to me. They were good. Other than that, meh. B tier. Nothing bad, nothing horrible. Warlock, let's say D. Let's start with D and work our way. I will try to convince myself to put Warlock not D tier. Alright, I'm done. He has nothing interesting. Maybe he talks a bit of like demon language. That's it. That's the only thing he has. There's nothing cool about this hero. Nothing interesting. This guy, he does nothing. He does nothing. Voice lines. Yeah, that's whatever. Could be the worst. I hate Hoodwing more though. So I'll just put her here. Witch Doctor is a funny guy. Witch Doctor is the image of A tier. Witch Doctor is the best A tier. He's not S tier, but he is the best A tier. Fuck, he might be S tier. No, he's the best A tier. See? Like, he's not better than Tusk. Is he better than Tusk? No, he's not. But he's so close to being as good as Tusk. Definitely A tier, 100%. This hero slaps. He maledicts. Zeus, S tier, 100%. Zeus. 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 Is he better than PA? Yes. Is he better than Pugna? No. Because Pugna is funnier. Zeus is better than Pugna, but Pugna is way funnier. So it doesn't... Zeus is very good voice lines. Well, what did you expect? That's good. And then he's treating everyone as immortal, and then his interaction with Mars, very good. Yeah, I like his voice lines a lot. Like one of my favorite things about, there was a patch where Zeus was played as a carry. Remember when he the shard stacked with Manta style, so the illusions were dealing damage from your shard. I enjoyed that phase a lot. I was actually playing this hero as a carry. I wish I could do that again. I mean, I lost to a carry Zeus recently when I was playing PL, but that was a freak show of a game. Zeus is excellent voice lines for sure. S tier, 100%. I was thinking about that even earlier. Actually, I remember earlier saying, comparing this. I was comparing him in my head to someone else. Zeus has very good voice lines. He's excellent voice lines. Luna might be better than Tidehunter. Yeah, she's better than these two. Kunkka's better than Tide. Luna's better than these two. Is she better than CK? No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone is better than Witch Doctor except all of these. The House of Avernus, Abaddon. Boring. Voice lines. Not as boring as these heroes. Let's see where the boredom ends. Yeah, this is... No, he's better than Lena. Better than Tinker? No. Tinker's better than Bristle. E.T. is better than Tinker. Is Abba better than Bristle? Yeah, no. No. So Abaddon. I don't know how you want to pronounce, whatever. The thing about Abba is nothing. That's why he's in the middle. He's literally like perfectly in the middle of everything. Because he's like whatever. There's nothing, you know, amazing about him. Other than him quoting the House of Avernus, but like, can you like get your own personality maybe? Have you tried, you know, being? Bane is someone who doesn't have a personality but done perfectly. He's the nightmare of a deity come to life, and now he haunts people, and he's other people's nightmares, and he does that very well, especially when he says blink dagger. That's a good voice line. I will always buy blink dagger on this hero just for the 5% chance of hearing this chant. Good voice line. I just don't think there's enough context for him to be better than the above heroes. He's like one of those heroes that doesn't have a lot of lore, but the voice lines are just so good. Like, and the voice acting is just, he just carries the hero so hard. They just carry the hero so hard that you don't even need, like, imagine this hero has a story as cool as Mars. He'd be S tier for the voice acting they did for this. So yeah, I think Bane is the overachiever. Let's say the overachiever award goes to Bane. Let's make that a thing. Fine, let's go with different concepts. I'm okay with making medals for heroes. This is the overachiever for sure. Like, he's not supposed to be here, but he is, and I'm happy with him being here. The equivalent of this would be, for the low tiers, is probably anti-mage. Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do with an anti-mage. Like, all the mages have cool voice lines. Look at this guy. That's a mage. That's a mage. Another mage. Another one. Another one. Right? There's so many good ways to make like, you can make anti-mage work. They just refuse to, so, you know. Unlucky. Bata Rider. Bat Rider. So, Bat Rider is very funny. He's a funny guy. He's not as funny. He's like, Bat Rider reminds me of Witch Doctor, just slightly worse. I think he's even worse than Shaman. I think he's just behind Shaman. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This is fine. Bat Rider. So I'm playing some Bat Rider carry lately. I'm playing him as a core with the Arsonist facet, so I know his voice lines. He's got some funny stuff. Like this hero thing is like nothing really stands out, but I know that I enjoy his voice lines when I'm playing him, and I think maybe I'm just biased because he just keeps yelling woohoo, you know, and just stuff like that. It's like he's having fun, I'm having fun. Let's go, you know. And it's a fun hero to play as well as a core right now with right clicks, Arsonist facet. So maybe I'm a bit biased, you know, recency bias. I'm playing the hero now. Maybe I'll when I make this when I update this tier list one day, maybe I'll change that. But for now, Bad Rider A tier, middle of the A tier. I think it's pretty good. It's above average. Good for you, man. Good job, Bad Rider. I'm proud of you. Beastmaster, boring, boring. Get me out, get me out. Bye bye. I don't even want to talk about him. It's just, I mean, the best thing about this guy is him barking, and that's the only reason he's in C tier. And it's an alt chat. It's not even like a regular voice line. So yeah, C tier, boring. Brewmaster is funny. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. Funny guy. Better than Puck, yes. Monkey. Ooh, yes, he is. Oh, so bubbly. Better than Meepo, better than Doom, better than Lion. This is where he is. He's not better than Enchantress for sure. Is he? He is better than Ench. Better than Bat. Yeah. Oh, so bubbly. Yeah, no, yeah, he's higher. He's here. He's funny strength hero. Funny city strength hero. Except he's universal, but you know what I mean. He used to be a strength hero. Funny, big, bulky guy. That's what he is. Kind of like Tiny. He kind of reminds me of Tiny, actually, now that I think about it. But different. Different vibe, different concept. I think Tiny's concept is more on the nose. Which gives him points, I think. Whereas Brewmaster... I mean, yeah, these two heroes, actually, they remind me of each other a lot. I think Brewmaster is good. I just don't think it's as good as... Well, Shaman, I think, is funnier. Morphling, again, he gets a bonus point because he can literally copy your voice lines. So that's why he's so high up. It's like this guy is always gonna be in the middle. Plus a bit more because Morphling has good voice lines for himself. So he's above average, and then he's the average of everything else. So he's like a couple of points over where he should be. So this is unfair. The Morphling thing is unfair, unfortunately, but this is the game we play. Brewmaster here, I'm happy with. 3 of me, haha! Like, that's one of the best voice lines in the game. This is like one of the most recognizable voice lines in the game. And it's even funnier now that there's 4 of him and not 3 of him. I think that just makes it even better. I think it's funny that he still says 3 of me when there's 4 of him. It's just legacy. And I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that. It's a bit lazy. I will admit. It's a bit lazy that they didn't bring the guy. Or even preemptively record 4 of me. Even though we've known, Sir Action Slacks has known for ages that there's going to be the Void Spirit. It's a bit lazy, but I think him saying 3 of me is just so iconic for the hero. And for this kind of hero, the transformation heroes, especially from the offlane. I think I'm happy with this. I'm okay with his voice lines. Broodmother. Better than Akasha? No. Better than Leshrac? Yeah. Broodmother has decent voice lines. Yeah, nothing really stands out other than my brood something. She says her name. She's like Morbius basically, which is funny. It's a spider. She's like 2 wings away from being Morbius, essentially. A bat. Broodmother's fine. She's okay. Chen. He reminds me of Dragon Knight. He's like the int version of Dragon Knight, except he's universal instead of int. But int heroes tend to be more interesting than strength heroes anyways, so I guess he gets a bump. Is he better than TA? Anything is better than TA. Like, you can even argue Huskar is better than TA. The secret is safe with me. Like, shut up, man. Sorry, that's TA. Yeah, I guess. I'll go with my instinct. Chen, bottom of B. Could be C. Could be D, actually. Who plays Chen? I've played a couple of Chens. Anyways. Clockwork. Clockwork is a funny guy. He's A tier for sure. He reminds me of Shaman a lot. Is he better than Brewmaster? Yes. Is he worse than Shaman? Yes. No. No, sorry, he's better than Shaman. Slightly better than Shaman. Again, he reminds me of the Shaman a lot. But he's just like, the concept is slightly better on the clockwork. And he's like, meep morp, I am a robot. Like, that's a funny voice line. You have to admit, that's just like funny. It's just good. Iron Man. Darkseer. Your life, much like your head, lacks a point. That alone makes him A tier. So I think we'll go here. He goes. It's like his gold tier voice line. It's like him doing like kung fu. This guy's very funny, but it's voice lines though. It's all chats. It's not voice lines. His accent is funny though. He's definitely like on this. Definitely better than Bat. Better than Ember, yes. Better than Brew. That's what I'm starting to think. Maybe. He is better than Shaman. Better than Clock. No, it is not better than Clockwork. So we're gonna go with here. Dark Widow is very annoying. She's obnoxious. She's just the worst laugh in the game. I mean, I like accents, but for her, and I like her accent, is just like, she is just annoying. Like the things she say and the concepts that she talks about, and it's like, and her concept is like shit also. Like, it's just like, like the gameplay of this hero is very different from the from everything else. The design of the hero. I don't like the Willow design in general, but I think her gameplay is fine, relatively speaking. It's more interesting than she is, basically. Dazzle. Average. Very average. Who needs healing? That's not the most gotcha thing to say. Who needs healing? I do! Like, yeah. Average. Enigma, I actually don't know. I know he has some cool voice lines. And his voice distortion is super nice. Other than that, I don't really know. Is he better than Sky? Let's say, for the sake of what I said earlier, yes, he's better than Sky, because everyone is better than Sky. Everything good is better than Sky. Sky is the worst good thing. So Enigma's gotta be here. Is he better than Weaver? Weaver scatters. Invoker, that's another S tier. Throughout the eons, I have been known by many names. Okay, so here's the thing about Invoker. He's very 50-50. He, at times, can be the most cringe. At other times, he's the most cool. But on average, the cool beats the cringe. Better than Bane, better than Muerta, better than the Lancer. Better than Storm, yeah, for sure. Better than TB, that's when I start drawing the line. No, I don't. Better than Rubik, yes. Yeah, Invoker. Yeah, Invoker has great voice lines. Actually, he has some of the best voice lines. But he also has some of the worst ones. Definitely S tier. Is it better than PA? Alright, fine. Whatever. Let's just put him here and get it over with. Invoker has some of the best voice lines in the game. Throughout the eons. He's been known by many names, but his true name of power is Carl. But then on the other hand, his Grandmaster alt chat is I am a beacon of knowledge flame blazing out across a black sea of ignorance. That's the worst voice line in the game, and I hate it. And I hate that this is Grandmaster tier. Like, part of me doesn't even want to finish the Grandmaster for Invoker and just stay on the Master tier. Because, like, the Master tier voice line, which is the Carl one, is just so much better than the Grandmaster one. Yeah, some of the best in the game. Invoker. Ayo. He's just Primal Beast, but blue. I don't think there's anything wrong with what they did on these heroes. They're just like not exceptional, which is fine. Not everything needs to be exceptional. He's got like a Scottish accent. He's got good voice lines. Lundruid, I haven't played him much, but when I play him, I enjoy his voice lines. I think he's like here. I just hope he's never meta again, because I don't want to play this hero. And when I do want to play him, I want to play him without the bear. Yeah, he's got some decent voice lines. Nothing that stands out to me. I don't really remember. I haven't played them in years, honestly. But I do remember that when I do play him, he's got good voice lines, and I enjoy the process, and I enjoy the game, the gameplay, the voice lines. They're good. Not bad. Good voice acting. Lycan, I've taken a Lycan to you. He has to be S tier, but it's got to be bottom of S tier because he has the single most iconic phrase in the entire game, which is, let's say it together, 3, 2, 1. Wolves need no armor. Like, that alone puts you in S tier. It doesn't, even if it's Sven that says it, it puts you in S tier. So Lycan is the hero that has this voice line, he's S tier. Wolves truly do not need armor. They will bite you and you will die. So this is like frame perfect. The accent works for him very well. You can tell he's like a bit of a Dracula situation, but he's a werewolf. That makes him cooler. Or like a Russian or like Slavonic vibe. Lycan's, he's got very good voice lines. He's taken the Lycan to you. What else does he have? I think those are the two that I remember. But those two are enough to put him in S tier, and I'm not even. It's like not even close. He's howling half the time. Good hero. Let's put him here. Magnetar. Magnus. Magnus is very close on the line between cringe and good. He just beats out the cringe by a bit, by a tiny little bit. Quap is better. Brood isn't. Magnus is here. Marcy. Marcy is Primal Beast and Io, but done bad. She's just whistling half the time. It's actually just annoying. Like when she takes damage, it's just annoying. Like, get it out of my way. I don't want to hear. Shut up. Shut up. Done wrong. I don't like this. It's not as bad as Sven whining all the time, or Warlock saying absolutely nothing useful, or Darquillo complaining 90% of the time, or Hoodwink existing. Marcy's voice lines, which is her whistling, is whatever. I think we can move on. Mirana. Remember Mirana for the next video, please. Okay. Mirana here is A, at least. She reminds me of Luna. I mean, they have a lot in common. They're together in the anime, of course, and she's not as good as Luna, for sure. Better than Bara, yeah. She's like here. Mirana has very good voice lines. I like Mirana's voice lines. So A tier. Now, does anything... Yeah, die you mutt. That is a funny voice line. And then she's like, when she hits the arrow, and then when she doesn't hit the arrow, it's basically all about her arrows. No, I like this. This version of Mirana is good. Good voice lines. Nyx. Nyx is A. Now, where in A is he? Better than the Des Prophet? No. Pas du tout. Better than Keeper? Yes. So this is where he is. Oh, we removed the face thing. No. They're not one face anymore. But Nyx is better than the Kotal. Talks about the goddess Nyx. His name isn't Nyx. The goddess he works for is called Nyx. And he's the assassin for Nyx assassin. Wait, what? He's the assassin for Nyx. And he says so in the voice lines a lot. Which adds depth, if you want, for his name, as well as his voice lines. Yeah. I haven't got much to say about Nyx. He's got good voice lines in general. Pangolier is one of the S tiers. The French accent, again, is very funny. Works on him super well. He beeps when he's doing his what's it called, Rolling Thunder. He goes beep beep. That's a good voice line. Pango's good. I like. He's one of my favorite voice lines. I don't think they're like wow, amazing. They're just very good. They're like on average very good. Similar to some of the examples we have above. Phoenix. Phoenix is the average version of the Io Primal Marcy. Quintuple. I don't know what whatever, the group of 4. Quadrant. Like he's squawking because he's a bird. Okay, thanks. Good information. Sand King is the Jinn of Kaldeen. He's got some good voice lines. Better than Darkseer, yes. Better than Clockwork? Don't think so. The Jinn of Kaldeen. Yes, well and good. It's like the deep voice they have is good for this hero model. And he's got some good voice lines. Snapfire. Snapfire is one of the newer heroes that is done better than other newer heroes. Dark Willow. Snapfire. I can't stop thinking about that little jingle they play for her. You know when they announced her? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. I can't really sing it. It's like on a banjo, kinda. You know, the little song. When you pick her. Anyways. I don't really know her voice lines, I just remember that they're good. Let's just put her here for the sake of intuition. Techies has some very good voice lines. This guy's supposed to be a troll hero, and he is a troll hero. You just troll everyone with this hero. Including yourself, sometimes your own teammates. But he's got good voice lines. Maybe better than Zet. Better than Undying? No, the concept of the Undying is too strong. But Techies, funny guy, done correctly. No, it's like, it's similar to Pugna, I think. I just think Pugna's done so much better. But Techies' voice lines make sense to Techies. And Techies players. Timbersaw, he's one of the funniest. He's one of the absolute best. Actually, he's gotta be the top 5 hero. Better than I Drink Your Milkshake? This guy? No, but they're like... These two are some of the best. Razor and Timbersaw. Timbersaw's fear of trees is very well represented by his voice lines. Like, you're with the trees, aren't you? Like that. That's a very funny. That's a very funny voice line. And then run. Venge is boring. With vengeance. Whatever. But, no, whatever. Venge is like, there's not much to say. She's boring. The most recognizable thing about her is her laugh, which is usually not a good thing for voice lines. Venomancer is better than this. He's definitely B. I think he's the best B tier. He's not as good as Sky, because Sky has an accent. If Veno had an accent like Sky, he would be higher. He doesn't, so he's lower. Visage. Visage is one of the most average ones. I've played a few Visage games. It's very average. Psych Faceless Void, Visage, those are the averages. There's nothing special about them at all. Void Spirit. The problem with Void Spirit is that Storm is so good, or Storm is so good, and Ember is very good, and Earth Spirit is decent. Where Void Spirit just kind of looks bad, actually. Definitely better than TA. It's kind of funny that these two are right next to each other. Like, he's supposed to be her master, and she's learning all the quote-unquote secrets from him. So it's funny that the voice lines for their timeline of events sucks. Didn't realize until now. Windranger. Windranger has some funny voice lines. Is she better than Veno? I think she's the best B tier. Or the worst A tier. Or the second worst A tier. Okay, this is where Windranger is. Windranger is like at the end of A tier. She's almost not good. No, she's almost not great, but she's great, I think. The Windranger gets there first. Winter Wyvern is very chill, which is good. And also she has a chill baby voice line. Better than Leshrac, better than Broodmother, better than Magnus? No, so this is her natural position. Wow. Well then. I mean, I didn't think I would do these in one sitting, but I also didn't think I would do my my Battle Cup highlights video in one sitting either, and I just did. Let me go over the list one last time before I'm ready to proceed. Mars is the best voice lines in the game. I fully agree with that. I think he's just the best. Earthshaker is definitely in a Let's say top 10, 100%. Is he better than Carl? Don't think so. I think Invoker is better. Better than SF? The thing about SF, the distortion they put for whatever they did with SF's voice just makes him so much cooler. I also like base SF more than Arcana SF voice. I wish I could select that instead of the Arcana. But Earthshaker is just cool. I think for the Arcana we'll switch them up. For now, let's keep SF higher. Is Shaker better than Razor? Yes. Is Razor better than Timber? Yes. Timber better than Pugna? Yeah, he's funnier. He is. I mean, Timber Cell is one of the most fun times you'll have if you're just listening to voice lines. Honestly, it's got, especially when you take into consideration the context of the hero and his story, essentially the lore. Pugna's good. Is he better than Zeus? Yes. Is Zeus better than PA? Ooh, I might switch them up. No, Zeus is better than PA. PA better than Rubik? Yes. Is Rubik better than Terrorblade? Yes. Terrorblade better than Storm? No. Actually, I think Storm is better than Terrorblade. It's a good thing we checked. TB better than PL? Yes. PL better than Muerta? Biased? Yes. Bane? No identity, but still very good voice lines, good acting. I'm happy with him here. I think Pango is better though. I will say Pango has way more. Like Pango's thing is that he has the most personality out of all 124 of these characters. He's the most, like, the voice lines for this hero are the most equivalent to the hero's personality. Like this is like, it's the most the hero's coordinated voice lines to concept to design wise. It's very coordinated, very balanced. Bane is a fun guy. Pudge is Pudge, super well done. Lycan has taken a liking to you. Tusk is a funny accent. He's the best funny accent by far. Witch Doctor best A tier? Yes. CK super good. Voice lines, Luna is better though. No, CK is better. Sorry. Switch. There we go. Kunka Tide, very good voice lines, excellent voice lines, both of them. Tiny's coming in. Undying, very good voice lines. Techies is one of the funny guys for sure. Yeah, well, in conclusion, we need better voice lines for these heroes. I mean, this hero has an Arcana. Does anyone else? This guy has an Arcana as well. Legion has one. We'll get back to the Arcanas next time. AM has a persona that somehow makes him even worse. But we'll get back to those. Thank you for watching. Tune in for the rest. I have honestly quite a few of these planned out. If you enjoy these, let a brother know. And peace. Right. So, you might notice that there might be a cut between the current iteration of my video and the previous. Basically what happened was I made the video because I wanted to talk about Kez and about how the only reason this hero is so bad as it is because the voice lines carry it so much further down that it makes me really like never want this hero to be good, so I don't have to be forced to play it. Even if the gameplay is interesting, I'm just not interested because the voice lines suck. So as you can tell, how do I add a row below? So this is the new tier. It's called Kaz tier. It's also let's say Kaz / shit tier. So this is the Kaz / shit tier. I would put Hoodwink here, but you know, whatever. She got out unscathed on this one. Yeah. So this is the shit tier, Kez tier. It's horrible. Like he has no good voice lines. Even like the voice lines are just so bad. They make the hero look way worse than it is. I mean, I've played him once and I had to mute. Like I was on Discord with my friends. They were like, "Man, why couldn't we hear you? Like, why weren't you talking this game? We were talking to you. Why weren't you responding?" I said, I just had to mute the game. I can't like actually take the game seriously while I'm listening to this guy just like squawking around. It's like, it's horrible. It's horrendous. This is the worst voice lines here in the entire game. This is the reason I made this video in the first place. All of these are the consequences of this little bird guy. Horrible. I hope they never do this. I hope they never make the same mistake they did with this hero. He will never be Invoker. He can try as much as he wants. He's the worst. He's the worst voice lines in the game, by far. It's not even close. Also, I was talking, like earlier in the video, you remember, there was a section with new heroes. And the possibility of a new hero done well, which is Muerta. And I think Muerta's voice lines, they're amazing. Her voice acting is excellent. Everything about Muerta is done correctly. It's a new hero that fits in well. You're like, huh, she's like dead, so she's related to Visage, number one. Number two, she, you know, the hellscape dimension of Razor. You know, so much cool stuff. And she has a voice line. I don't know if you guys know this, but she has a voice line for almost every single item in the game. So whatever she buys, she's gonna say more than mere water when she picks up a bottle for a water rune, for example. Or when she gets a Mjolnir, I don't know what they call it, hand it over. Like, it's good. It's good, man. This Kez tier. Ringmaster is another example of hero done right. New hero done right. This is good. Why do support players get the good stuff, man? I mean, Muerta's a support now. we were promised a magic damage carry, and now it's a support hero mainly. I love her Aghanims, even as a core. It's very good for high ground defense. But it's a support. It's a pos 4 hero. This is a pos 5 hero. The Ringmaster, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really played them more than twice, 3 times. Like, the gameplay is great on this hero, and the voice acting and the voice lines are so good. Like, I know a clown when I see one. That's like perfect, right? It's like perfect for the hero, perfect for the year he was announced in. They made the theme around him, and then this guy just, I don't know. Like, the best thing about Kez is Venge and Skywrath's lore updates, which is, you know, that's not good for you as a concept. Like, you can't be codependent on 2 heroes that have had a lore, pending lore update since 2012. That can't be your identity, you know? It's this guy's identity, so unluck. So yeah, I guess, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Like, again, this whole thing is just to say that Kez voice lines are shit, and I hope they never make this mistake again. This is it. 126 heroes, and he's the worst. It's possible that I have recency unbias on this guy. Maybe later I'll love him or something. He's only been in the game for a year now, so I've had, you know, plenty of time to feel comfortable with him. So I don't think it's gonna change, but, well, once I make an update for this list, which is gonna come eventually, right? We'll see how I feel about this guy. Right. Peace.